All right, perfect. Well, welcome everybody to the fourth installment of our Small Business Week webinar. I probably should have just set up a run of 4 bad jokes that I could have used, or 5 bad jokes this week, and just filled that time with some dad jokes that would have brought me some joy. But this is our every day this week at 1 o'clock. We are doing this webinar series that highlights a lot of key information and opportunities for small businesses within our community of Hamilton, hosted by the Hamilton Chamber of Commerce in partnership with Economic Development. And if I haven't had the pleasure to meet you, my name is Greg Dennett, and I am the president and CEO of your Hamilton Chamber of Commerce. This week is so important because small businesses are the backbone of our community. They drive innovation. They are the hub of our neighborhoods, and they create such a vibrant economy, and they are we don't sustain as a community without our small business community. So providing supports and guidance to help those small businesses succeed is what we strive to do every day at the chamber. And this week rolls in perfectly into next week and our Hamilton Day programming, where we've got our kickoff concert on Friday and then our entire shop local day on Saturday, concluding with a lot of our partner events, including the Road to Hope Marathon on Sunday. But a friendly reminder, if you haven't signed up, to go to hamiltonday.ca and to participate as both a business owner and as a resident, if you can get out and start your holiday shopping early. If there's one brand that is tied specifically to Small Business Week, it is BDC. And so it is my absolute honor to welcome Ismail Sapita from BDC. Ismail is the BDC Senior Account Manager, and he's going to take us through 4 key trends that will shape your business over the next 5 years. And I will definitely be taking notes on this one and utilizing them as we advocate to council and to the provincial and federal government. So, Ismail, I will just, before I pass the proverbial microphone over to you, as we have all this week, we will, if a question comes into our Q&A chat, which people can enter in, type in their questions, if and when the opportunity arises, to with as little awkwardness as possible, interrupt you and get that answer while it's topical, we will do so, but we'll definitely have time for questions at the end. And on that note, over to you.
Thank you so much, Greg. I want to start sharing with you that 80 years ago, the government of Canada decided to do something additional to support small businesses across the country. And that idea, the implementation of that idea, led to the creation of what we know today as the Business Development Bank of Canada. And this organization was created with one specific mandate, which is support Canadian entrepreneurs exclusively, and doing so, creating the opportunities for growth and prosperity. As a matter of fact, 45 years ago, BDC celebrated for the first time, the Small Business Week. That over the years has becoming more and more relevant. It's celebrated on the 3rd week of the month of October. And today I want to say thank you to all the small businesses that are attending this presentation. And this is the time for you. So we are going to speak today about 4 key trends shaping the future of businesses. So first, I'll speak about 4 major trends that are shaping Canada's business environment based on a recent study we just released. Second, I will try to offer some tools, strategies, and solutions to help you make better business decisions in this changing environment. I have regrouped them in a separate section, but I will speak about the strategies for each of the 4 trends. And finally, I'll tell you a little bit more about BDC and how can we help. We'll start with the 4 key trends changing the way we do businesses in Canada. in the last few years, we have seen a lot of challenges for entrepreneurs. 2020, COVID-19 pandemic turned into a recession. It was followed by the 21-23 recovery, but then we had the impacts of the global supply chain crisis, rising inflation, labor shortages, and rapid technological change, including a rapid rise in e-commerce and conversational artificial intelligence, as we know it today, AI. So then we had a period of high interest rates that have now finally and thankfully started to come down. The next 5 years will remain challenging for all of us, but mainly for entrepreneurs. So we will need to keep adapting to this fast changing business environment. We conducted a survey which highlighted 4 key trends that will shape the business landscape over the next 5 years. We conducted this research asking 1,200 small business owners across the country. And what came up as the 4 elements top of mind for them is, number 1, the high cost remain a significant concern for businesses. The number 2, the customer preferences are shifting. And number 3, labor shortages will come back and tech adoption is more important than ever. These are not new trends, but they are constantly evolving and they interact with one another. Understanding them and their impact is crucial for businesses' success in the coming years. For example, 75% of businesses have already felt the impact of rising costs, and 71% expect this trend to persist. 46% of businesses anticipate significant changes ahead in terms of changing customer expectations. While a slowing economy has eased short-term labor concerns, 88% of businesses think it will be just as hard or harder to find employees over the next 5 years. And the pace of technological change is accelerating. 82% of entrepreneurs consider technology critical to their businesses. Let's look at these trends one by one. The price increases that occurred in 2021 and 2022 significantly affected entrepreneurs and will continue to impact how they do businesses. This is a chart showing the evolution of the Industrial Product Price Index, which tracks the price of products at factory gates. Just to give you an idea, this index increased by 35% between spring 2020, on basically the onset of the pandemic, and spring 2022. The index has never before increased that much in a short period of time. While the index has since come down slightly, prices remain higher than they would have been in the pre-pandemic trend had continued. Rising inflation forced the central bank to rapidly increase the interest rates. This had the expected effect and inflation receded. As a result, the interest rates are coming down and this trend will continue. However, this will not lower prices. It just means that prices will grow at a normal pace, probably between 1% and 3% per year. And some products might still cost more. For example, climate change could impact the output of specific agricultural products. We received the news yesterday from the Bank of Canada that the interest rate was decreased, cut by 0.5%. And it is our forecast and expectations that by summer next year, it will be around 2.5%. So definitely these are good news. So this particular move is actually coming with great news, on which this is an excellent way to protect against future cost pressures. For example, a recent BDC study show that 35% of businesses that have implemented technology definitely have opportunities to reduce cost. So slowing down interest rates will bring the opportunity for businesses to invest in technology and be prepared for be more competitive in the new landscape. So the second trend relates to shifting customer preferences. Higher prices are not just hitting businesses. Consumers are also having to deal with higher costs of living and increasing debt loads, and they are being more careful in how they spend their money. A BDC survey found that 44% generally seek the lowest possible price when buying goods and services. But at the same time, about 2/3, 66% of Canadians are willing to pay extra for locally produced products, and 50% are willing to pay extra for environmentally friendly products or services. This situation creates some opportunities to attract new customers. One example is adult members of the Gen Z or Zoomers that were born between 1997 and 2012 are significantly more likely to pay extra for environmentally friendly clothes, shoes, and accessories. Restaurants with environmentally friendly practices, green furniture, and green groceries. Sometimes the differences are pretty significant. For instance, 71% of Zoomers will pay more for green fashion compared with only 54% for the other generational cohorts. Considering that all Zoomers will be adults by 2030, the market for environmentally friendly products and services will likely continue expanding. A commitment to green practices will be a great way to attract and retain these new customers. Adopting environmental, social, and governance practices can also be a great way to attract new clients, specifically larger organizations. We conducted at BDC a study that forecasted that 92% of major buyers will require their suppliers to disclose at least one of the ESG criteria by this year. Reporting on your ESG efforts is increasingly necessary to enter the supply chain of large companies, but it doesn't have to be complicated. There are some of the main ESG criteria that large companies are looking at. And the examples are energy consumption levels. Large organizations are increasingly measuring and reporting their greenhouse gas emissions, and having low emitting suppliers is an advantage for them. Diversity, equity, and inclusion practices. These can also help businesses hire and retain employees. And governance to manage environmental risks. The trend number 3 is one that we've been talking about for many years. Despite a slowing economy in 2023 and 2024, and a sharp spike in immigration, labor shortages remain a significant challenge that is expected to persist over the next decade. To illustrate a little bit with data, we have the expectations of more workers to retire. The number of workers leaving work for retirement in the previous year monthly here in Canada, and we have the comparisons from 2000 to basically the month of August 2024, and we can see the trend. The Canadian Occupational Projection System is making projections for basically 56 occupations that will face shortages from 2 years ago to the 2031. And the largest number of shortages will occur for the health, natural and applied sciences, and trades, transport, and equipment operators, occupational groups. Some of the top strategies for dealing with labor shortages. Technology and automation. It definitely can reduce the time the employees spend on repetitive or low-value tasks. This makes it possible to produce more with less employees. A people strategy. with competitive compensation, growth opportunities, and a positive culture can help attract and retain talent. And expanding the hiring pool by upskilling candidates through training, forming partnerships with the universities and schools, and hiring diverse workers can help ease labor and skill shortages. One of our previous research in this particular aspect has revealed that entrepreneurs who have implemented automation and digital technology did it to become more efficient with less resources, to streamline the processes and to support employees in their jobs. And the technology that small businesses are using is increasingly helping with jobs beyond the production floor, from expense management technology to accounting software, customer relationship management, or CRM systems, and custom AI to support coding for programmers. By investing in technology and automation, you can optimize your processes, remove repetitive tasks, and enable your workforce to focus on more meaningful and value-added work. It can also enable smoother customer engagement, for example, by help customers find information they need by themselves. And it can be used to manage complex tasks like scheduling, quality control, design, or serve as a competitive differentiator. One way to stand out from the competition is through your people strategy. By managing your people correctly, you can attract and retain employees who will help you to drive your business. Employees want to feel their work is meaningful. They need to know that they have growth opportunities and that their company has a culture that they belong in. And of course, they need competitive compensation and benefits. A people strategy takes work, but if you do it right, you can compete against anyone for top talent. Finally, expand your hiring pool by upskilling candidates through training, partnership with universities and schools, and by hiring diverse workers, younger workers, older workers, immigrant workers. For example, 1/5 of Canada's population is age 65 and older. As these people leave the job market, they will take valuable expertise and industry knowledge with them. Many still want to work after their retirement age, but might require flexible hours and arrangements. Finally, our fourth trend. Technology is rapidly transforming the business landscape. 4 entrepreneurs out of 10 think that technology will become critical and will disrupt the way of doing businesses. A 2023 study by BDC highlighted the importance of technology and automation in mitigation rising costs. Emerging technologies like our very popular AI are also transforming businesses. In the recent survey, we found that 97% of AI users reported benefits, according to the small and medium enterprise who use it. AI not only has the potential to save time and improve efficiency, in some cases up to 44%, but it also can enhance customer service, growth forecasting, and marketing efficiency. Investing in technology doesn't necessarily mean AI, but technology is essential to building a thriving business, and AI is an example of that. In the last 5 years, 66% of small and micro businesses invested in expanding their web presence and offering online payments, helping them catch up to larger businesses in these areas, but a gap still exists. Investing in technology, again, doesn't have to be expensive. Many AI tools are nowadays even for free, offering various easy solutions for cost-conscious business owners. Although not all the solutions yield the same results, starting with a solution adapted to your needs and means can still help improve your bottom line. We already discussed some of the potential ways to turn these trends into opportunities. In this particular part of the presentation, we can see how the rapid pace of technology adoption in particular will continue to disrupt how businesses operate. But it is also a key to tackling many of the other trends we've talked about, like labor shortages, high cost of and customer satisfaction. Additionally, embracing environmental, social, and governance practices and principles will open new opportunities, while measures aimed at reducing energy consumption can definitely help to control certain costs. This is an example of a successful entrepreneur who leveraged tech in her business. Cici Chen is the owner of Rumble Boxing Studios, combining high-intensity boxing workouts with group fitness with locations across Canada, in Calgary, Toronto, and Vancouver. Although her business is doing well, Chen has spent the last 8 years conquering the same issues that create headwinds for business owners across Canada, like rising costs, labor shortages, and shifting customer and employee demands. One thing she did was to introduce more flexibility to accommodate employees from various age groups and with different needs and expectations. She also invested in technology to cut costs and add efficiencies. For instance, CRM systems, customer relationship management software, and a booking platform help to streamline and automate client communications. Chatbots powered by artificial intelligence answer entry-level inquiries efficiently. Website analytics, like Google Analytics, inform the business strategy. And a logistics software for warehouse management and procurement on the retail side reduce manual work and administration. Chen said that website analytics have increased the business marketing efficiency by about 20%, while the logistics software has led to a between 25 and 30% increase in shipping accuracy and better time to respond to their clients. So this is what our experts recommend as a step-by-step plan in the changing environment. So number one is to create a technology plan. Planning ahead can help you to identify the steps needed to become more efficient with technology. Number two, do your research and seek advice. Take the time to research solutions or approaches that fit specifically your needs, and ask for advice from experts or other entrepreneurs around you. Your business, even though it's part of an industry, is as unique as you are. So having the opportunity to do research and to seek advice is going to help you to find the right solutions, because what somebody else is doing is not necessarily the best solution for you and your business. Streamline your processes. Focusing on processes before investing in technology can help identify and eliminate inefficiencies and bottlenecks. Implementing proactive cost management. Investing in an accounting system that allows you to track your budget and profit can help optimize costs and revenues throughout the year and support your strategic decisions. Many software can help you move away from spreadsheets to adopt more efficient budgeting practices. And I want to add something here. It's well known that we have the opportunity to improve things that we can see and we measure. So this is one in particular of the elements that I always recommend business owners. Do your best to have a cost management system and an accounting system that is going to help you to make informed decisions. Develop ESG practices. Remember that I mentioned before that major buyers and even smaller clients increasingly value modern ESG practices, including diversity, equity, and inclusion. These elements can also help attract talent from diverse backgrounds and to expand your pool of candidates. Optimize your energy consumption. Lowering energy use can decrease the effect of greenhouse gases emissions and reduce costs and attract clients and employees. Build a people strategy. Think about creating a total rewards strategy. This might include offering competitive salaries and benefits, creating a positive culture, offering growth opportunities, and providing training. And last but not least, improve your operational efficiency. Invest in technology with the aim to modernize your business and optimize current resources. Automation, in particular, can lead to huge gains when it replaces repetitive or low value added tasks. Overall, this can help control costs, reduce waste, and enable growth. So now, and finally, for our last section of this presentation, I'll tell you a little bit about BDC. We work with the small and medium-sized businesses, companies with less than 500 employees. We have more than 100,000 businesses as clients across Canada in all industries and at all stages of growth. And I feel proud to say that our clients are giving us today a 93% satisfaction rate. Yeah, should be 100. I agree with many of you if you're thinking, why not 100? And I personally believe that being at 93% is always an opportunity for us to do not lose the focus and vision of being exceptional and to grow together on every step that we made to support business owners and entrepreneurs. Our support for entrepreneurs takes three different forms. Number one is financing in the form of term loans. That's the only way that we do it. Capital investment, which includes a specialized capital such as venture capital and growth and transitional capital. And actually, we are Canada's largest and most active venture capitalist investor. And the third, which is very, very important as well, is the advisory services to entrepreneurs. This is an offering that makes BDC very unique in the market. What is making BDC different? We offer longer repayment periods, repayment schedules in our loans that match your cash flow cycle. We have the tendency to have a higher risk tolerance, which is particularly important in today's climate. And we offer terms and conditions that don't change without a due cost. And we are committed to sustainability. We are aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and support the objectives of the Paris Agreement for a cleaner, more sustainable future by 2050. In terms of financing, BDC offers entrepreneurs access to working capital, so you can do things like buy machinery, renovate your facilities, finance key growth projects, or even cover cash flow caused by disruptions. We partner, this is very important, we partner with other financial institutions to participate in large operating lines of credit and revolving or reducing term facilities for cash flow lending, asset-based lending, renewable energy financing, real estate financing. And the expertise is coming on each interaction. We will be looking forward to recommend a loan that helps you achieve your goals in any industry that you're in across the country. Our advisory services help entrepreneurs work smarter. Our main goal is to help you adopt and incorporate best practices to meet your business challenges and to remain competitive. With that in mind, the first thing that we want to achieve is to help you accelerate your growth. We work on increasing your sales by focusing on sales and marketing, both ways, traditional and digital, as well as innovation or even product development. Secondly, we want your business to be more agile and more efficient. And we can help you improve your operations by streamlining processes, implementing lean manufacturing, and selecting the right equipment and technology for your business. We also help you build organizational capabilities to manage your business effectively. We offer advisory services in areas such as strategic planning, financial management, organizational design, and HR management. We work on finding new markets to keep your business growing, including international expansion. And finally, we can also help you address more specific needs like optimizing your online sales. With our insight and advice, BDC helps you develop a greater capacity for growth, profitability, and innovation, and strengthen your competitive edge. The ultimate goal is to help you identify and develop the skills you need to advance to the next level. You can also go to our website. We provide a ton of free content for entrepreneurs on bdc.ca. More than 13 million visits in our website, and actively consults from business owners to our content is helping them to address the challenges they face. You will find loads of independent research on business challenges, advice articles, webinars, ebooks, videos, and interactive business training. And that's all for me today. So if there are any questions, I'll be more than happy to start working on those questions for you. Thank you for your time. And once more, congratulations on this special week. Thank you for everything that you do, because you are making positive and significant impacts on the communities that you serve, and specifically and in particular, our communities here in Hamilton.
That was awesome. Thank you very much. There are a few questions, and I think I inevitably try and sneak in some unrequired commentary as I talk to all of them. But you talked a lot about the sustainability goals, and I know here in Hamilton that's really important. Could you touch a little bit more on the sustainability programs and supports that BDC offers, and is there green financing options? Because I think there's a few green businesses on the call today.
Yes. Well, probably if there is something that I want you to leave this presentation today, it is with the fact that the recognition of your business is as unique as you are. It will be worth to have a one-on-one conversation to go over the specific opportunities and how can we accommodate products and services to better serve those needs. But yes, there are different initiatives today related specifically to how to move more efficiently the consumption of energy, transforming buildings into green initiatives. There are specific conditions on financing for that. And again, because each situation is very unique, I will encourage you to reach out directly so we can have a conversation about that. Sometimes what we've seen is you have your perspective and you might hear something, but then when we're having the conversation, we can expand and we can get into conclusions that are going to lead to action plans that are going to be tailor-made. Even though there are still programs that you can take advantage of, the way to get there is very unique. So that probably will be my best recommendation in this particular matter is, yeah, feel free to reach out, and we're going to make sure that we can have the conversation to help you to create a strategy that is going to take to lead you to take advantage of these initiatives.
I love it. That's a great one. And then so I do have someone is asking for your contact info so they can have a one-on-one conversation with you, and I presume that applies to everybody on the call. Is there a good place to get a hold of you?
Yeah, it's actually my name, Ismael, dot last name CEPEDA at bdc.ca.
That's fantastic. And then The last question I have, but a friendly reminder, if anybody does have any questions, type in the Q&A there. That worked out. And I think my secret background info just says that they're gonna put we're gonna put in the chat for everybody your email address. So to have it there. And then so here I'm going to use our Hamilton example here. We've had some cyber security incidents that have happened. And so how does BDC help small businesses adopt new technologies or the digital transformation strategies, while also, mitigating that risk of cybersecurity, and maybe just another way to put that question, are there funding options available for those technology upgrades, or where would you kind of point people in to kind of go looking for them? Because
Yeah. No, that's actually a very great question. So more importantly, our approach is to have the conversation with the business owner. And through that conversation, trying to understand what the business model is. Because when we are going to uncover what the business model is when we are going to determine how to start creating the alignment of the different processes and how can we bring technology to streamline those processes. As a consequence of that, if the business is requiring based on size or based on specific needs, is requiring to incorporate a solution that is going to make the business to rely upon technology. One of the conversations that we are going to have is how to include into the planning the cybersecurity aspect. Because for some companies, the cybersecurity aspect, it might be a little bit different. For some companies, small companies might be, how can I protect my domain for my email? For other companies might be with different locations. It might be a different type of infrastructure that will require IT capabilities and software to protect basically that basically condition of the business. So it's more about not saying, yes, if you're going to ask me a specific question, yes, how can I improve cybersecurity in my business? Yes, we're going to get there. But more importantly for us is to have a conversation to see, okay, what is specifically part of your business is going to potentially be impacted or has been impacted with the cybersecurity needs. We can help you to select the proper software. For instance, we're doing that for many clients that they feel the need of incorporating technology and mainly software development for their own operations. And we're helping businesses to identify and to get to the table different suppliers for that and to select the right one. Because yeah, every company can offer different things, and it all depends on the specific needs of the business. The outcome is, okay, I need to make some investments here. What is going to happen at that stage? It depends. If the company has a financial position that can afford to get everything paid out directly from their business cash flow, that might be a way to go. But if the financing conversation comes into play, definitely we can assist with that. And again, it's all term loans. We only offer here at the BDC term loans. That's the only thing. But we can be as flexible as giving longer repayment terms, flexibility of up to 1 or in some cases 2 years interest payments only periods. So you can be able to catch up and to build your cash flow in the first 1 or 2 years without impacting your cash flow. That's one of the biggest things that we do. So yes, financing is in part an outcome, but is also what it comes from the conversation about how can we help you to understand if cybersecurity is a point of concern, how that part is related to the rest of the operations on your business.
Fantastic. So I'm going to do last call for questions because I'm on to the last one we have here. But Ismail, can you touch on, it actually came up on our call on Monday that BDC has a different risk assessment than the banks. Can you kind of touch on how BDC assess risk compared to the banks, and are there steps that can be taken for a small business to improve their financial profile to ensure they receive the funding. So probably, I guess this is almost I probably have now added that to be a second question there of one is, how does BDC assess risk compared to other businesses, to the banks or credit unions? And then any advice on how a business can position themselves to get the lowest rates possible for their loan?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, Greg, and thank you for that. So in our mandate, we're meant to be what is the definition of a complementary lender. So being a complementary lender, it is the relationship that a business owner can build with your house bank is definitely the first line of defense. That's the way to go, because we cannot offer the same products and services as a chartered bank. So we do not offer deposit accounts or checking accounts, just for starters. Yes, we are a bank, but we are a different type of bank. So we do not receive deposits from the public. Number two, we don't have payment products and services like e-transfers, credit cards, line of credits, these type of products. We only offer financing solutions for small and medium and large enterprises in the form of term loans. And the term loan, as I presented before, it can be used for different purposes. But also, we are very sensitive to support entrepreneurs, helping them to preserve the cash flow. And a great example to that is the business owner is growing and is having some restrictions for growth because the space that they are using, potentially being leased, is becoming small for basically enhancing the production capabilities for growth. So they start considering heavily on an opportunity to make an investment and to buy or to transfer the business to a different facility to have that additional space for growth. And let's say that when the business owner is making a comparison between the payment of a rent versus getting financing for this new business location, is make it like very similar. So the tendency might be potentially to buy the place. When a decision like this one comes, what is going to happen? It's not only thinking, okay, I have to move my stuff from here to here, because if you need an enhanced space to operate or bigger space, probably you need more equipment. If you are a manufacturer, probably you need to buy more inventory. Probably you need to hire more people, because most likely the demand of your products or your services is pushing you towards that direction. And guess what? You need working capital to support that. So one of the things that we do here at the BDC, because we heavily understand that situation, and that's when the positioning of BDC, it goes a little bit beyond what other financial institutions can offer. It is sometimes we can get into a solution that says, you know what, we can finance 100% the purchase of the building. Because most of the time when you're approaching a traditional financial institution, they might go, we can finance 75%, and you have to put down 25%, 20% in the best possible scenarios. So we can finance up to 100%. So that 25% down payment on purchasing a building is going to be within the business to be used as working capital. So you can make the investments on buying more inventory or potentially use it for purchase of equipment. But even with that, we can also finance, if needed, some of the acquisition of the equipment. And regarding the risk, yes, every financial institution is going to look after your business performance through your business financial statements. We do the same. But this is the thing. The financial statements are showing history. It basically history of achievements, performance, but it's gone. So now when we look at an opportunity, sometimes if your financial performance is not strong enough, and we understand that you're pursuing growth, we can work together on putting together the projections and how those projections are going to be sustained with real opportunities that the market is giving you as a business owner. So sometimes instead of saying, no, your business performance hasn't been strong enough to afford the new debt, is more about, let us understand where you are at today. Let's look at your history from the financial statements, and then let's work together building the strengths that you need to get the funding, potentially looking more into the benefits of reaching out that property, that equipment, that working capital, because you are growing. So if I can say something about BDC, we are committed to grow, to the growth of the business owners and Canadian entrepreneurs. And because of that flexibility in terms of the way that we assess our risk, it might be a little bit different than what is in the marketplace. But it has to be for growth. Or that's the other part. When a business owner is facing challenges and for some reason is impacting the business performance, we can help as well, because sometimes you can get extremely busy as a business owner, getting into your business reality. And when we have someone with a different set of eyes coming from the outside with no other intention than supporting you for your growth, we can bring our experts in advisory services to help you to find the solutions that we can implement to help you get back on track. Potentially the market is impacting you with reducing sales. How can you catch up with the market conditions and trends? How to keep your mark and your brand relevant in the market? We can help you with that. Or probably it is about operational efficiencies. How's the business performing today that you're missing opportunities for not having the proper opportunities to see what the problem is. And sometimes we cannot find it because we are living with it, and we can lose a little bit of track. And the other important thing about advisory services, we do it more like a coaching approach. We want to work with you in your business reality to understand or try to be in your own shoes and help you to see the things from the perspective of trusted and expert advisors that we are here at the BDC. So we can work together, but the implementation and the decision making is 100% yours. You have to put hands on. So that's basically where the value comes when we provide advisory services. And again, if financing is needed after that, definitely we will be more than happy to have a discussion about that.
That was a great answer to a good question. We did not have any more questions come in.
Okay.
And I don't think in today's day and age, and what do they say? Time is money. So if we can give everybody 10 minutes back, we'll do so. But Ismail, thank you to yourself, to BDC, to our partners at Economic Development, and to everyone who joined us here today for their time and energy. And we did put your email in the chat, so if anybody wants to reach out. And for everybody on this call, we have our final call tomorrow, which is our Student Talent Connect call, which is about how you can use work integrated learning to help grow and build your business. And a fantastic way to end Small Business Week. But Ismail, thank you so much for your time. That was fantastic. I made several notes here, and I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.